तो मैं फिर से अभी आया हूँ आप लोगों के सामने, या फिर अपने सामने, या फिर किसी के सामने, नहीं मुझे नहीं पता, पर मैं बस आया हूँ। बहुत परेशान था, थोड़ा सा परेशान था शायद। बोला किसी ने कि एफर्मेशंस, सेल्फ टॉक का फ़र्क पड़ता है। मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, अच्छी अच्छी बातें बोलूँगा अपने बारे में। नाइस, जो भी है मैंने कोशिश की बहुत ज़्यादा कि चीज़ों को ठीक करूँ, और दोबारा से मेरा मन थोड़ा डाइवर्ट हो रहा था बहुत ज़्यादा। तो मैंने जर्नल किया, और वो जर्नल्ड पेपर है मेरे पास, मैं उसी को पढ़ लूँगा। तो लिखने के बाद तो मुझे लगा कि यार बढ़िया राइटर वाइटर बन जाना चाहिए। ये सब छोड़ो। सो टुडे इन एग्ज़ाम हॉल, Diyapa's memory started to haunt me again. Haunt. I'm not sure if it's the right word, but it is for sure that in the past year was more or less destroyed by him and his FG only. Only. Don't know if the word only is right or wrong. As there could have been allied reasons for my not so good examinations, like less preparation, repeated self-doubts, negative self-talk, less revisions, not reading standard books. Tirika Singh. Okay, Tirika Singh. So, Tirika Singh don't haunt me now, but there was a time when she did. Analyzing the then situation of mine, I can gather that my post-internship self was healing and was compassionate towards the people going through the similar problems, and she was no exception. Then I felt some problematic changes in her, and I confronted her, and now it's been a while we have talked. I tried talking for some personal things with her, but she seemed to be ignorant. Maybe not exactly ignorant. I don't know what, but relation was strained and now discontinued. Talking about the other problems other than Diyaba, like negative self-talk, I now try to reinforce the positive things as soon as negative thoughts start coming. Firstly, for example, reinforcing, इस बार कर लेंगे, इस बार हो जाएगा. I have done everything with my best capacity. I deserve more than others because I am morally right. I am what I want to become. I am a selected candidate. Whatever I can think of that time. Secondly, the self-doubts. It's not like I have proclaimed victory over it, but now I see myself preparing even during the days I think I have studied less. Okay, secondly, the self-doubts. It's not like I have proclaimed victory over it, but now I see myself preparing even during the days I think I have studied less. I have been on table for around 6 hours, and on the some peak days the measure of the data have gone up to the 11 hours also. For the past 2-3 days I have consistently maintaining 9 hours of study, and it's my best I am giving as compared to the last year, because last year I was into Netflix thing a little bit, little bit से थोड़ा ज़्यादा. It's okay. So I was into Netflix thing, share market thing, etc. And I didn't had a count of my hours in day which I was spending on study, which I have now. It's boosting my confidence and also is a mirror to my reality. And an alternate reality was my less revisions and not reading the standard text. This time I have tried to solve it, and till now SFG seems a fantastic option in that respect, as it gives schedules and book list which I will anyways as it gives the schedule and book list which will anyways cover the standard part and give no shortcuts. Problem in following it is that I find it huge. Reading through my old notes is much easier, which is obvious, but this time I have resolved that no easy shortcuts and one step at a time. Till now I was taking single steps to be mains ready, yet it is incomplete anyways. It was also last year, but different now is that I will ensure is that I won't compromise prelims preparation for mains. At least I must prepare for something. So at least I must be prepared for something rather than prepared for nothing. I believe you may have noticed that I am moving in the reverse order because the initial enumeration of the problems I started was in priority order of the alarming tone, which now brings me to the most prominent problem. Yes, I do acknowledge it. The most prominent problem, that is Mr. Diyapa Singh. Drawing his character sketch, he cannot be compassionate at heart. He's so demeaning, disrespectful, cunning, narcissistic, cruel, and what not. He was one telling me, I cannot live without you, etc. etc. I'm not gay. So he was one telling me, I cannot live without you, etc. etc. Which sounded utopian then also. And now, when his real face is around, I'm upset. Why? Why should I be upset? And then converted that I knew it. It's sorry. Why I should be upset? I know this may happen. May this may happen. May or will. May happen or will happen. Is a controversy. As we may prophetize anything and then convert it that I knew it. But it is immoral. Not as immoral as Aditya Singh. Cause talking about immorality, he is the epitome of it. I wonder how is he able to look in the mirror and kept himself from suiciding. Such an evil, dark, disastrous personality he is that he sometimes feels as threat to humanity. Humanity in me. Okay. Talking about the initial days of our friendship, he was reluctant towards me and attracted towards others. And when others kicked him, maybe not, I was his second choice. I too was devoid of friends, although I have many, but I feel I lack them. Okay. But giving him entry into my life was not due to this very reason. Rather, I was occasionally comfortable in my space, but he was the one who entered and ignited the feelings. Then it's him again who killed them. Killing is not the right word, but neither it's wrong. However, it may be inappropriate. More appropriate is will be cruelly suppressed. So he cruelly suppressed the feelings in me. How? Why? When? These things I have already talked. And these are irrelevant to repeat them. However, I have found some new perspectives of my personality within this umbrella of Dosharopan, and that is that I like him. I like talking to him. I was happy when he shared his life and when I shared with him. Although I'm always accused by the persons around me of sharing it less, but whatever I have thrown out of me to them is all that I have. Okay. So before actually telling you all this, I had a sense of completion and I felt relieved, and I was planning to conclude it, but as soon as I touched this part, it all suddenly started to become tachycardic again. Continuing the story, okay. I cannot not stop from I cannot not stop from comparing the relationship with him with love. Again, the kind of feeling it generates, similar feeling was generated into me. Even after getting through so much due to my not so lovely friend Diapa Singh, I still desperately want to talk to him. I want to hang out sometimes with him. I want to tell him about my life. Days I can talk to him, I find myself in good spirits. Some days when I cannot, or I must write that I don't know what to talk. It continues so rockish for a while, but lately it all washes down to not so good feelings. Heaviness, darkness, shady thoughts start turning around. These are the days, there are days when I want to hit him with every possible thing that I can hold into my hand, and in some days, the grief of losing him, which at least I feel, matlab, he being such an extraordinary, divine personality, may not be feeling grief after all. He do have what he wanted, and here I am, haunting him, analyzing my so-called feelings of grief, although does not sound concrete, as the material facts suggest themselves. Like, at least we do talk, obviously with not that intensity. After all, it's not only I need time, he also needs time. And every time he do ask me where have you been all these days, so it signifies that he was expecting a call from me, and I don't respond to it. Rather, I should respond to it in a calm and rightful manner. Okay, so abhi I am feeling a little bit fulfilled, although I digressed from the topic of I want to hit. So continuing it, and some days grief of losing him holds me so tight that my heart gets clenched, and that anxiety and nervousness gets spilled over, taking the face of extreme anger, distrust, and all of those negative feelings. Concluding it all, my therapist, okay, so I'm concluding it now. So my therapist once asked me, okay, what do you want? To what extent can you go to bring someone back? To the former, I'm still figuring out what to reply, but satisfaction and good interpersonal relationship can be a answer for that. But for the later, I replied that I try to explain my part of the story and leave the rest up to them. But going through this is sign vehicle feelings with respect to my not so good or a good not friend or good friend or best friend, Diapa thing. It feels that I do nothing to bring someone back because I feel they have or they should have never left me. I don't know. What is it? Toxic relationship, which is getting difficult to stay also, and without which I cannot live also. What is it exactly?